Very excited. I'm so excited. I am so excited. You guys already seen it. I am stoked. Enjoy my live reaction. I'll see you in roughly 51 minutes and 37 seconds and 36 seconds and 35 seconds and 34 seconds and 33 seconds and 32 Hello everybody. My name is Blue. I'm not sure if this is the intro or if I've already done the intro, but the hype is real. You've already seen it. I am going to see this trailer in 4 minutes time. I will do a live reaction. Oh, I am actually so excited. So excited. Oh, what do I want to see? I want to see aquatics. I want to see flying birds. Hopefully, even maybe they will reveal like a more interesting exhibit system. That if they do that, oh, wow. Look at chat. Chat's going crazy. Chat is hoping to get sharks. It seems someone wants frogs. Someone wants Australia or Indonesia or Poland. Is it Indonesia? I think that's Indonesia. I hope to see returning species, but I hope to see some new species in this trailer as well. I feel like it would be a shame if we didn't. And I hope the returning species, especially like, let's face it, we're going to see the lion. Probably at the end of the trailer or even in the beginning, we're going to see the lion. That lion model has to be improved. Green hats from Plnaet Zoo game. Very exciting. Dolphins, people want to see dolphins. Maybe we'll see a dolphin in the trailer. Definitely a controversial one, but hey, I'm going to be excited for whatever, even if it's dolphins, It's so close. What else do I want to see? I hope they'll show some new scenery pieces, like some new scenery themes through the trailer. Hopefully some new gameplay mechanics. I don't know what they would show off when it comes to new gameplay mechanics. I mean, obviously we'll see like the new pathing system and stuff like that, because let's face it, that's going to be added. We might they've already shown up some new shops, Chief Leaf, eh? So we'll definitely see some of that as well. But one more minute. The countdown is crazy. 1 minute, lads. 1 minute. 3, 2, 1. Oh my god. Oh my god. I'm keeping chat up. Where is it? Wait. Where is it? Come on, don't do this. Okay. Oh, and they do look better. Look how good the tigers look. The tigers have been improved so much. Oh, there it is. Sunfish. Wow. And we have a marine staff. Underwater staff. Sea turtles, I called it. Sea turtles, coral. I didn't talk about like underwater plants and coral and stuff, but sunfish. Wow. Oh, is it a moonfish? No, it's a sunfish, right? Wow. Look how beautiful they look. Zebra's looking amazing. Oh, look at that. And they brachiate. Lovely. Crocodiles. Birds. We have. And they. Wait, hold on. Is it actual flying, like. Is it not looped animations? Is it actual dynamic? Secretary bird! The secretary. I shouldn't be so excited for the secretary bird. And it flies. Of course it flies. It's a bird. No way. No way. Oh my god. Oh. And the baby elephants is back. Where's the lion? Where's the lion? They didn't show the lion in their trailer. That's crazy. Okay, so they have the announcement video out here, and let's do an analysis. Let us do an analysis. All right. First things first. The path system. I'm honestly not sure if this is the new path system. I mean, I'm fairly certain, but what I thought was like a corner of a path seems to be just a carpet. So yeah, I'm not sure actually. I mean, I hope they have improved the path system. I'm sure they have. Because it's the same for Planet Coaster 2, right? Right. Why is the quality bad? I want good quality, please. There you go. Right, so we see the same fence system. Didn't expect that to change. I have no problem with the fence system. Very easy to use. I feel like it's easy to use. The plants are looking fairly the same. This is new. Like I called it. They have the new like scenery pieces for for marine stuff. Makes sense. And so yeah, I think that is a statue fish. That looks like a stone rock statue interpretation of a fish. These seem to be all new pieces. The lamps seem to be new pieces. A lot of new pieces. The paths seem to be maybe not, but the paths seem to be quite the same actually. I haven't played enough Plnaet Coaster 2 to know if this is what you do in Plnaet Coaster 2 as well. I have played with Plnaet Coaster 2 pathing and it's a huge improvement. So I know it is vastly different. Like I've played around with it. I haven't played around with it enough to know if it also can do similar things to like the old path system. So at the moment, I'm not sure, but I think we can be fairly certain that the new path system will be implemented. Okay, where do I start? First of all, that tiger. It's not a lion this time. I guess tiger's a new face, and this tiger is looking crazy beautiful. If you compare that to the new, like the old tiger, like let's say the Siberian tiger and the Bengal tiger, I'll probably pop up an image right now. It's quite a difference. It's quite a difference. But what I wanted to point out here is they have a lot of fungi, like mushrooms growing on the tree, growing around the tree. Those are really small pieces. Is this like a sort of dynamic feature? Like, will the trees be randomized? Like, will there be more variety in tree species? Like right now, we just have a tree species, and we'll have like 3 or 4 different versions of that tree. Or will it now be more, they might use a generative feature to maybe generate different, like, so that every tree maybe looks different. I'm just spitballing, I could be way off, but, and maybe, or what they could do is that some trees will randomly, like, kind of add these kind of mushrooms around, or alternatively, they're just pieces and they've just been placed there. That's probably what's going on. Like, probably these are just pieces, which are really cool pieces, by the way, to have little mushrooms that you can place down. Because look how tiny these are. That's actually really interesting. They're over here as well, so they're definitely not linked to the tree, because you can have them here as well. I see these are from like the tropical pack. I recognize those ferns. I recognize these from Australia pack, but the plants have been. Look at the grass. They've definitely been improved. And look at that tiger. I'm going to probably do a comparison. Hold on. Alright. Tiger compared to the old tiger. Pop up thing right here. Crazy difference. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. The plants in the background seem to be a lot of the same. Look at the pebbles. Look how small. Hopefully it's the rescaling feature, I'm assuming. Small pebbles. Very cool. Very interesting. More mushrooms, I think, there. Wow. Okay. Okay, so we have some excited children, and I think in the back is like one of those interactive, education boards. Hopefully those are more customizable now. The return of the good old donation box, those have remained. That's just a watch. I'm not sure if that's something important. If that's new, I don't know. It doesn't really matter, I think. And then, oh, what does she see? Wow. This is what she sees. Okay, I was right. You have like shipwreck kind of things. And small fish. And the small fish are not limited to these exhibit type things. They're definitely not limited, but they seem to be like moving in these like shoals. So, which makes sense, and I think that's good that they do that, because it's realistic. If every fish would have an individualistic sort of approach, and they would individualistically just swim around like the animals do now, walk around, I think it would look weird. So it's good, I think, that they did this. That they're kind of bound. Maybe they act as one individual, sort of, from a game perspective. So very cool. Sea turtles. I call the sea turtles. I think those are green sea turtles. So that's very cool. The sunfish. Yeah, that's the biggest fish in the world, I think. So very cool. They added the biggest fish in the world, the sunfish. That's the biggest bony fish, to be clear. Because obviously, the biggest fish would be the whale shark. I haven't seen any sharks, I think, but we've got the biggest fish in the world, and I'm assuming they will have more of an individualistic approach. So maybe they have like 2 types, right? You have like the individuals, and then you have shoals. I'll be honest, not big on my fish. Like I don't know the fish species swimming around, but yellow is it yellow tang or butterfly fish? I know that's a thing. But we got corals. I didn't mention anything about corals, but it makes sense. We you can't have a tropical aquarium with corals, so very cool. This is, I guess, our first. This would be our first and only animals that are props, right? Unless they have a sort of management feature as well, where you have to take care of the coral, making sure that they are happy as well. That would be interesting, but I don't think they've gone to that extent. So the corals will probably act as plants and are simply props. But these are basically the first animal props, unlike all the other animals who are, animals that have an AI and everything and a management system around them. So very cool, very interesting. They do move in the water, so just like the plants do in the air. So look at that! Oh, look at that! Beautiful. That is actually crazy. And then the underwater stuff. I mean, they had to, right? But it's really funny. That's a funny approach. And then the shipwreck, very cool. What I predicted. That's nice. Wow. A lot of new corals. You have like brain corals, you have tube corals, like sponges, probably even some sponges. But these are tube like a lot of reef species. Some hydrozoans maybe even. Very interesting. Seagrass, like some kelps. Maybe we'll see some more. We might see our first kelps and seaweeds, right? Because we don't have any of that in the first game, because all the seagrasses that we have are all plants in the first game. And oh, what a view! And look how beautiful the water is, and what an interesting fish. Very funny. But that's also interesting. They're really showcasing the fish and the turtle, probably meaning we won't have dolphins, which I personally do support the choice, but I do understand the backlash it might have. The rocks are looking beautiful. Hopefully they're all faux rocks, or at least recolorable, like flexicolor rocks. That would be really cool. And then these aviaries. Look, this is interesting. Are these aviaries piece by piece? Because these shapes do not look like something I would spend my time on. Oh, and then obviously everything's being built. The scenery seems very Oceania, sort of more of a tropical kind of Oceania or Southeast Asia kind of feel than an African feel. I might be wrong with that, but that's like because the African feel was more of the selling point in the first game, because that's like the typical kind of safari feel that you would expect from a zoo. This has more of that tropical, I guess, because you have like the tropical reefs and it's more of like an Australian like Great Barrier Reef kind of thing, so it's gonna have more of that kind of feeling, right? In combination with the tropical birds and so it's maybe more of a South American approach with the thatch roof, or more of a Oceania or Southeast Asian approach. Very interesting. And they have so they've added the actual, so the gift shops are back basically. They've added the little items here, like the little shelves and stuff. The Trunk of Trinkets has new. Oh, those are like the hats. So Hats Fantastic presumably is back. Looks the same. I don't think that has changed actually, which might disappoint some. Chief Leaf looking amazing. He's like the colleague of Chief Beef, very funny. Leaf will be very happy. It might have been a nod actually. Like I wouldn't be surprised if that's actually a nod to Leaf. Probably not. It's probably just. I mean, it makes sense, right? So it's just a new vegetarian equivalent Chief Leaf. Very cool. Goldpea's up there, very popular. Not as popular as Chief Leaf, I guess. There's less vegetarians, eh? This is new, definitely new. Like the actual pieces here, like this is a cool little thing. I mean, a lot of it is new. I think most pieces that we see are probably fairly new. I mean, the beams, we have similar things in the first game, obviously, but I think they're all new or redone. And these rocks look so detailed and look much better than the first game. Oh, so I missed the elephant. Well, there's the elephant. Looking stunning, and that's the African elephant. Next to it is the blue. I think it's the blue wildebeest. It looks very much like the blue wildebeest, not the black ones that we got in the base game, but blue wildebeest. It's not new, but nice to see them back. They look beautiful. I mean, those already look quite beautiful. Elephants look beautiful. The pebbles are back, so interesting to see the pebble. And look how nice the grass texture is. Definitely some improvements there as well. I'm skipping some things there. Yeah, I'll probably just show a side by side of all the animals so far. Zebras looking beautiful. Once again, the pebbles are back. Grasses, that's the buffalo grass, or maybe it's a new grass species, not sure, but looking beautiful. A lot of broken twigs here and stuff. Oh, look how nice that texture is as well. So nice. And look how good that, because I thought the chimps actually looked fairly decent in the first game, but these look so much better. These chimpanzees are something. And they brachiate. I'm not sure if they added brachiation to the chimpanzees. I know they added it to some other animals. Yeah, probably not new, now that I'm thinking about it. Yeah, I know the gibbons have brachiation, right? Yeah, it might be new, actually. I'll probably, yeah, I don't know. We'll see. I'll have to look that up. But regardless, very cool that brachiation is either new or back. And it looks really good. Hopefully they've improved the climbing system, because that's something that people complain about a lot. We can see, oh, look at that. We can see the same climbing platforms, so they've definitely used the same system, but hopefully they've at least improved on it. But yeah, the climbing structures remain the same. Hopefully they've added new structures as well, but they remain the same, which is not too bad. I think that's okay. Saltwater crocodile, I think it looks like a saltwater crocodile. They haven't shown off any new animals outside of like the aquatics and the birds, I think. That's all right though. I'm pretty sure that's because we're in. Oh, although we're in Africa, so maybe. But honestly, okay. So how would you distinguish a saltwater crocodile from a Nile crocodile? Based on my research, that is, yeah, that's a saltwater. Yeah, because from what I can tell, although I mean I'm not specialized on crocodiles, but I'll be honest. But what I can see is that the saltwater crocodile lacks post-occipital scutes, which is in between. Like you have these scutes, you have the big ones on their, I guess on their behind their eyes, and there should be some right in between, and those are missing, which means that's a saltwater crocodile. The Nile crocodile has 4 scutes here, which is missing. So this is a saltwater crocodile. Just to clear things up. Or maybe different species are missing, but I'm pretty sure that's because it's quite big as well. It looks really big, so based on the size as well, that's pretty sure that's a saltwater crocodile. Toucan. A lot of people said toucan in the chat as well. I saw that. New bench, very cool. And it's walkthrough, so we have walkthrough aviaries. Look at them fly, and they hop around like they can actually walk. This is because that's what people were worried about, that they would just kind of fly around, or they would either just have a loot animation or something similar. They're clearly, because look at the path system. Like this is not just some willy-nilly kind of like this is all custom built, right? I'm pretty sure this is all custom. Like we can be fairly certain this is all custom built pathing system, and they're using it freely. This is fully fledged birds with a flying mechanic. They hop around, so cool. They hop around and they fly, and they can sit on trees, tree branches and stuff like that. The toucan is looking good, and they fly. Look at that! They just fly. They just fly. And then this is, I think, the one that everyone is super excited for. This was the #1 most requested animal on the meta wish list throughout basically the last part of Plnaet Zoo's existence. And I guess they were waiting to add it here because they can add it like completely with all its features, including flight. Even though I must admit I've never seen a secretary bird fly in a zoo, but it's glad that they've added the function. And look at that! It's a huge aviary. Oh, and I like the so there's like beams and stuff. But look how these are not straight lines. There is definitely something going on. There's definitely some system. There's some new aviary building system, and the birds fly. The birds fly, and so there's the beautiful. Oh, this is one of my favorite animals. The beautiful secretary bird. Yeah, and it's really funny that the kids they show a little interaction there. Oh, hold the. No way. Hold on. Did you see that? That's a tree kangaroo. Why am I so excited? Okay, so we've revealed the news. That is 100% a tree kangaroo. Yeah, that's it. That is it. That's a tree kangaroo. Just to show a picture, that is 100% a tree kangaroo. An animal I've been very vocal about. An animal that I really wanted to add to my tiny island resort zoo. Oh, I'm so happy they've added the tree kangaroo. Oh, I'm so. I mean, obviously, it's also an animal that has been requested a lot, but that's so cool. Okay, so we are getting tree kangaroos. So exciting. We're getting children who can imitate the animals. Very fun. That's actually a really fun feature. And the zookeeper is looking. No, that's not a zookeeper. That's probably a vet, right? Because it's wearing the gloves and it has the screen of the animal. Yeah. Wow. I mean, oh, there it is. You can see the entire. Okay, so it's definitely a tree kangaroo. That is confirmed. Beautiful. Beautiful. Wow. Wow. The feathers have been improved, I feel like, as well. Because look at that. There's like the feathers are very intricate. I mean, you have obviously the feather texture on the back, but then on the this like this the throat and the stomach. But then there's like the intricate feather textures. Yeah, they've definitely improved on their texture game. Like, look how beautiful that is. Can I see anything new? Zebras, elephants, nope. But the toucan and the sea turtle, and then the lion. But there's no lion in the trailer. I can't believe they didn't show the lion. Yeah, just zebras, elephants, and blue wildebeest, and obviously beautiful secretary birds in a nice savannah area with pebbles. A lot of the pebble, is the pebble a brush or is it piece by piece? It would be cool to be a brush. I think a lot of people would like that. New log, I think, here as well. New flowers here as well. Grasses are looking beautiful. That's it. That's it. And then we're gonna see it in oh, and look at that. Okay, so we have some more information. Plnaet Zoo 2. Yeah, so the tiger, I guess, is the new kind of face of the game. Interesting choice. Wait, okay, so there's way more to unpack. Okay. Um right. So we have bird of prey. Could be a golden eagle. Uh or some sort of eagle, I think. Definitely an eagle, I think. Okay. They're not really showing off the aquatics in this like poster picture, I guess. This is for the deluxe edition, to be clear. For the deluxe, okay, the golden eagle. Oh, I'm just yapping. Okay, so the deluxe edition adds the golden eagle. Very cool. The signs, golden lion tamarin. Wow, cheeky, very cheeky, but very nice. And then this is where the controversy starts, right? Axolotls, but that does mean we get exhibit animals again. Or the axolotl may have been integrated in a new aquatic system. Not sure, but that might be controversial because they're reselling old animals. They like to do that with their deluxe editions. Not a fan. Do not support this, but I will be buying the deluxe edition, so it doesn't really matter, I guess. But yeah, that's gonna be a controversial thing. The hammerhead shark. So we're getting sharks, and the hammerhead shark is an amazing pick for a deluxe edition. A shame for the people who don't have the deluxe edition. Hopefully, we'll get some black tip or white tip reef sharks, and some other shark species like leopard. Nurse, what are they called? Like is it leopard sharks or what's the ones that are common in zoos? The zebra sharks, stuff like that. Hopefully, they'll get added as well. And then here's some like individualistic like fish, right? So we have basically the fish will be like an actual like individual thing, I guess. But as you can see, they're always shown in the shoal. But we have the blue and gold fuzulis. Okay, I'm sorry, my fish names are not good. This is actually an embarrassment on my knowledge of biology. And then the longfin batfish, easy to pronounce. If only you could be that easy to pronounce. Blue and gold fusulier. Is it French? Fusulier? What? Okay, the pre-order includes. Okay, so we'll get. I'm feeling we're getting more like these education kind of interactive education things, right? But it seems to be not very customizable, unfortunately, because this is just a tiger photo wall, which is cool. They're adding photo wall. Okay, that's actually a really fun thing, but it's a shame that it's not like fully customizable. Although you could probably use pieces, a bit of your creativity to add like things to it. But still, it's a shame. And a shop, that's an interesting choice to have a shop for the pre-order. The two can eat shop. That's an interesting choice. I'm not sure if I support that either. And then 3 new animal donation bins. Now that's really fun. This is what I hope. I hope we'll be getting photo walls in base game, and these are just additions. And I hope we'll be getting some other animal donation bins, and that these are also just additions. But the animal donation bin seems to show a sort of shag eating a fish, right? If I'm pretty sure that's the case. So yeah, we'll be getting other shags, fairly certain. And I'm assuming since these are donation bins, these will rotate in the same way that the donation bins do. That's really fun, though. Oh, that is really fun. Okay, let's... Interesting choice. Interesting choice of pre-order and deluxe, but wow, I'm lost for words. I am absolutely lost for words. Alright, I'm on the Steam page right now, and there's some more interesting images. Nothing too new, but yeah. So I'll just review them anyway, because they're quite interesting. So here we see, this is the same kind of like, I guess, savannah environment that we've seen in the trailer as well. The elephants, wildebeest, zebras, and the secretary birds. Very exciting. Nothing new. Well, it's obviously new, but nothing new from the trailer per se. Once again, a nice new look at the new toucans. Looking amazing, by the way. Amazing. Wow. Look at the feathers. Look how detailed those feathers are. That is crazy. Another nice view of the green sea turtle, I'm assuming. I wonder how many, I'm really curious how many fish species we'll get and what they'll do with the exhibit. It's a shame that they haven't shown any of the exhibit, mechanics in the trailer. So hopefully we'll get to know about that very soon as well. Here we see the chimpanzees, and we can see that some returning things. First of all, you have the same heating or cooling equipment, and termite mounds. The climbing frames seem to be the same. There's nothing new there. Same bedding, same bridges that we have as well. So nothing new there, but it seems that these pebbles are probably part of the terrain tool. I'm pretty sure now. Actually, now thinking about it, it might be a thing in Plnaet Coaster 2, I'm not sure. But yeah, the ball is back, the beach ball. Yeah, nothing new at it. So maybe a bit disappointing for a few who expected some new climbing features. But nice to see that the chimpanzees are back and looking beautiful. And we have our first look of the screen of the GUIs, I guess, the user interface. I have the old user interface up on my second screen, and I can see, okay, so there are definitely some differences. Well, obviously, but this globe feature is definitely new, because originally this is where the heat map, I think, is. So if usually you would click on the heat map and you would open up the heat map. That has been changed to a globe feature. That's definitely interesting. Then there's the money and the leaf, the conservation credits, I guess. Those are the same. The amount of guests is the same. The stars and the happiness rating is all the same. Then the Plnaet Zoo 2, I guess, that's new. I don't think they had the Plnaet Zoo name mentioned, but Plnaet Zoo 2 is mentioned. The temperature and year is basically the same. I mean, on a different location, but basically the same. You have it featured at the bottom bar. And the heat map has been moved here. So this is the new heat map button, I'm pretty sure. So it's now there. And then the speed and pause and the undo and redo buttons are all there in a different position once again, but they're still there. And then the camera modes are also still there, and the daytime and weather, I guess, management is still there. So yeah, and then the settings button, which is, I think, new. I think the settings button used to not be there, but yeah. And then these buttons are interesting. So the management button is the same. Oh, there used to be a management button here as well. But what they've changed is normally you would have management, then your animal trading and your exhibit trading, but there's just one trading button, and instead there's now also a research button. So that's interesting. And then the staff button they've added as well. So you have a staff button and a management button at the bottom instead of just having a management button. So that's interesting. The barriers has been replaced by habitats, and then obviously okay, no wait. So, okay, that's interesting. Actually, no, I'm wrong. So habitats is the same. The habitats is where you would find all the habitat things like enrichment items, climbing structures, bedding, etc. I think that will be available here in habitats. And then the aquarium stuff must be in the aquariums tab, I presume. And then the exhibits have their own tab now, which is interesting, which might mean that the exhibits have become more in depth, because usually the exhibits would be integrated in the facilities tab, but now the exhibits and aquariums are like their separate kind of thing, so that might mean that the exhibits have been improved upon. Nature is nature, facilities, and then scenery, which was first called construction, is still construction, and then blueprints is still blueprints. But now all the rest has been added to the side, because normally you would have paths and terrain here as well, and barriers. But those three things are missing. They are now to the left. So now you have a left little screen here with your paths, your barriers, your terrain, and then your select tool, which is normally also down at the bottom right, and your delete tool. So these are all to the left of your screen now in a separate sort of menu here. These are all the same. So you have the information, like a info screen, the Zoopedia, the calendar research screen. Then look at that. Oh my god. Once again, comparison. Look at the difference. That is insane. Wow. The chimps sleeping in the tree, that's cool to see. Look at this, like the skin and the hair detail. It's so detailed. It's actually insane. Wow. And we have confirmed it's in fact a saltwater crocodile. My analysis was right. There seem to be some new buttons, interestingly, because there's now this button. I'm assuming that's from campaign mode. That's like your progress. But we also have a nice screen here. It's all basically the same. The interface is largely similar, except I don't know what this flower means. That might be new. Don't know what that means. The rest is basically the same. Last but certainly not least, I want to show you the Steam page. You have the pictures that we just went through. €65 for the deluxe. As you can see, I've already pre-ordered because I'm crazy. And the regular will be €50, whatever that would be in dollars or pounds, I'm not sure, but that's the price. Grab your keeper outfit, brush off your wellies, and get ready for the sequel you've been waiting for. Plnaet Zoo 2 is coming. Interesting, so they'll have wildlife reserves, that's cool. So it's beyond zoos, as they say. Exciting lineup of species, including a black-tipped reef shark. Lovely to see a black-tipped reef shark. Hawksbill turtles, okay, hawksbill turtles, very cool. You can house them in fully customizable aviaries. Okay, that's what we were hoping for. Built from barriers, so that's kind of what we were hoping for. Support poles and dynamic mesh covers. That's really exciting, as they interact with the world around them with new realistic behaviors. Whatever that means. Interesting. From herding to grazing on the vegetation you provided for them. Nah, ha, that's straight from Jurassic World Evolution. Very cool to see that feature come in the game as well. So this is about the conservation thing, I guess. So conservation goes beyond your zoo. You can take on global conservation projects and meet specific requirements to release your animals into fully customizable, expansive wildlife reserves. Made up of living ecosystems created by... Wow, that's actually really cool. Okay, well, I think what I gather is that the workshop will be... Okay, so there's a Frontier workshop inside the game, just similar to Jurassic World Evolution 3, sorry. That's good, actually. That's much better than what we got in, like, where you have to go to the Steam workshop. So that's a very good, nice, interactive, more user-friendly, the exhibit animals. Because they're keeping the exhibit animal quite quiet. Which, I mean, they've done the same with Jurassic World Evolution 3. They kept things quiet for a long time. So that might be actually really promising, but I don't want to give anyone hope. But I'm just saying it's interesting how they are keeping how they're keeping the exhibit feature quiet from us. But I can't seem to see anything about the exhibits. Oh, and here, okay, so here they make the distinction between freshwater and saltwater aquariums. Nice. I think that's a good thing that they've made that distinction. That's really cool though. Adds more realism. And you have foliage brushes. This is interesting. Join FEN, Fauna and Ecosystems Network. Interesting. In a fun-filled adventure around the world in career mode. Oh, this is like the new career mode. Okay, that's fun. Build a global network of zoos and wildlife reserves. It's very... It gives off Jurassic World Evolution 3, right? Where you work with whatever network it was there. It definitely like the DIN, right? It was DIN, the Dinosaur Integration Network, and now we have FEN, the Fauna and Ecosystem Network. Okay, I see what you're doing. And franchise mode is back. That's a lot of people are going to be happy about that, and obviously sandbox mode didn't really question that, but very cool to see. Okay, so that's basically, wow, this is so exciting. Okay, so basically a lot of new things. Very, very excited. This is going to be an editing nightmare because it's been a while since I've edited, but thank you so much for checking in on my little analysis on the new Plnaet Zoo 2. Hopefully all of you are super excited because I am super excited myself. So yeah, I guess I'll see you in the next video, which hopefully might be pretty soon, so stay tuned. Okay, a quick little side note before I go. I just discovered, well, I was editing my video and I was getting really frustrated because a lot of my files got corrupted, but I managed to restore them. And as I was like waiting for my files to get restored, I was scrolling through the website of Plnaet Zoo 2, and there's some extra little details that I forgot to actually mention through our analysis. But what was interesting, well, firstly, we will be getting a Zoopedia soon, similar to Jurassic World Evolution 3. So that's going to be exciting to look for what the the animals will be that we'll be getting in this new game. Oh, I think it's here. If you go down, they mention they mention the new themes that they'll be adding. The planet theme, which is something that we have in the other Planet games as well. That's nothing new. But there's 4 new themes that they'll be adding, and it's quite an interesting approach. Firstly, the North theme, which will focus on like the colder areas, basically kind of their version of a Scandinavian approach sort of thing, I guess. It's the Northern theme, which brings, you know, the Northern Hemisphere, colder regions. The East theme, which focuses on tranquility, on tropical vibes and stuff like that. So I was right when I think this is what we saw in the trailer when I said that this felt more like Oceania / Southeast Asia, because, you know, that's what the East... That's what the East is, right? So I'm glad I called that one out. And then the South theme is, I guess, their interpretation of more of an African theme, because it feels more African, I guess. So I guess we're getting another African theme. This is all about wilderness. And then finally there's a West theme, which is the classic like North American kind of theme, the temperate theme. But interestingly, they mentioned that these 4 new themes and also the planet theme will also be coming along together with 5 returning themes, which is interesting because let's say the African theme would come back, that means we would have like 2 sort of African themes, or is this going to replace the African theme entirely? So it's interesting to speculate what those 5 themes is, because as far as I'm aware, there's no place on this website or anywhere else where we know what the 5 returning themes are. Unless I'm wrong, then please do let me know, because I really want to know what those 5 themes are. But yeah, I noticed that, and I thought I would want to let you guys know really quickly. I was scrolling through the FAQ, and what I found is a question that other people have already found on Reddit posts I've seen and on the Discord, is will Plnaet Zoo 2 feature cetaceans? And that's a very interesting thing to point out, right? Very interesting, because it's a highly debated topic, and they basically say that that they're famous species, and that the Plnaet Zoo 2 have environments that best reflect their requirements, or that they want to represent environments that best reflect their environments, and they're basically saying that they're waiting for what the current conservation research brings on the table, I guess. So as for the number of species, it's not just cetaceans, so we're keeping a close eye on how the conservation community works evolve in this area. So basically they're not saying no, it's up in the air, right? So will we get them at launch? I don't think so, maybe, but it's interesting that they're aware of this. They're aware of the fact that people would want cetaceans, or that it is a question that's being asked. So I think that's something to to consider. But that's basically all I wanted to reveal. I made a small little list of the animals that I could find that are 100% confirmed to be added. So it will probably appear on the screen here. These are the confirmed species, or at least ones that I know of. If you have seen other animals or hints towards an animal, then let me know and I can add it to this list. That will be it for today. Super excited, super excited. I know the video is getting really long, but well, I mean, it's Plnaet Zoo 2, so I'm sure it's to be forgiven. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye bye.